Hey, hey, hey. Hi, everybody. Come on in. This is season finale. We going out with a bang, y'all.
Right. We ain't gonna get too raunchy, though. We just gonna keep it
Nah, we not.
professional.
Because we know.
All right. So, let me go ahead and...
I like your background.
Living. All right, let me start.
Yes, she's living her best life out there. Living your best life.
All right, so let's welcome our people in. Welcome, everybody. This is the More About Something podcast, and I am Jay Terry, or Tachi, whichever one you prefer to call me. I am the owner of Perfectly Brown LLC. You can find us at www.perfectlybrown.com, or you can check us on Instagram at _I am perfectlybrown_ or on Facebook you can follow us at I am perfectly brown. And I am the co-host of the More About Something podcast show. This is our season finale, yo. And my sister is online. We made it!
So excited.
Yep, so
Hi, everyone. I'm Neva. I'm the founder of My Path to Peace, and I'm also the co-host of the More About Something podcast. Of course, you can add me on Facebook at Neva Branch. On my Instagram and Snapchat, you can find me at My Path to Peace 1. My website where you can learn more about what I do is www.mypathtopeace.com. And like my sister said, this is our last episode for this season. So we're just grateful for the reception we've gotten. Thank y'all for hanging with us during our humble beginnings. I really feel like this is going to blow up and be something big. But we just want to thank y'all for rocking with us.
Absolutely. Thank y'all. We really appreciate you. You can still find all the past episodes on YouTube at our More About Something podcast channel. So be sure to tune in, and we'll also post a link throughout the time that we are on break.
Yes, yes, yes.
So, of course, you know, we always kick it off with Neva's positive words or affirmations.
Yes. So, y'all know I normally read out of the book of Ayama. Today we reading from the book of Neva. It's not even me reading, it's me speaking right now. During these past 10 episodes, I've given y'all different quotes, different affirmations, different advice, and I really feel the thing that's on my heart this evening is really going to be impactful for y'all, and it'll hopefully keep y'all full until we start up again next year. And again, the book of Neva. So when God places something on your heart, God or whoever you believe in, the ancestors, God, your spirit guides, whoever, whenever something comes here and you feel like it's from there, listen to it and follow it and pay attention. It's so real, y'all. I mean, and I've had so much confirmation of this for the past 2 weeks. Well, really the past 3 days have been like, it's been kind of scary. So whenever something is placed on your heart, listen to it. If you're near somebody and God says, reach out to that person, ask them, are they okay? Tell them that they're going to be okay. Listen to that. If something is saying you need to move. Like, start listening to your internal GPS. You already know what you need to do. You already know the route. You just got to really start listening and trusting it. And the other thing is trusting that higher power, whether that be God or the ancestors or whoever it is that you believe in. Trust that higher power. Stop trying to do it all on your own. And they have an activity that they do at like some retreats where they like make you fall back into somebody's arms, like as a trust thing. You gotta learn how to do that. You gotta learn how to do that in life. Sometimes you got to just fall back and let your spirit guide catch you. So keep that in mind as y'all going throughout this journey. You're not crazy. Whatever you hearing or whatever you feeling, that's real. So pay attention to it, follow it, and don't run from it. So that's my word for today, my quote for today. And I can't wait until next year because we're going to have some new stuff for y'all. So now we're going to move into the word of the day. And the purpose of the word of the day is to just kind of expand our vocabularies. And our goal is to at least use it one time throughout the podcast. So take it away, sis.
So our word of the day is odious. And that means extremely unpleasant or repulsive. So, let's let the folks tell us.
Odious.
Odious. So that is odious.
Do it one more time.
Odious.
Okay, got it.
So,
got it.
Extremely unpleasant or repulsive. So as you know, our topic today is sex, but it's not going to be odious. We're still going to do it in a pleasant, respectful manner. So
absolutely,
just rock with us and go along for the journey. Lynn's over here laughing beside me because he thinks we're going to get out.
Hi, Lynn. You got to put some input in. Hi. You got to put some input in, bro.
Nah.
Yes, you got to. Put your input in.
Yeah, so he thinks it's going to get a little out of control. But it's actually
No, it's not. It won't. We'll try to keep it PG, R-rated, maybe.
With the auntie.
Oh, shout out to my earrings, though. Can I do a shout out about my earrings real quick? If you don't mind. I just need to shout out these earrings and the person who I purchased them for. It says, I am my ancestors' wildest dreams. And I got these from none only than my sister, the owner of Perfectly Brown, and she has tons of jewelry, y'all. So she got the earrings, she got the bracelets. Please check her out and support her. If you want to be unique, if you don't want to have earrings like everybody else got.
Hello, and that's under the Embrace Jewelry line under Perfectly Brown LLC. Thank you very much. Okay, so let's get started on our topic of today. And viewers, listeners, if you want to comment, feel free to comment. We'll make sure we read your comment out loud. So, hey, Tasha. So, our first topic we want to get into is under sex, getting tested. What's the importance of getting tested when you're in a sex relationship? So I would say it's very important because people out here living with life-threatening diseases and everybody else, so you definitely have to protect yourself, whether you're in a relationship or whether you're, monogamous? The monogamous is one person.
Monogamous is one person.
So if you out here creeping,
if you out here pimping,
if you out here in these streets,
like Lawrence from Insecure.
Yeah, if you out here living like Lawrence, what's the homeboy name?
Yeah, you being Lawrence right now.
Yeah, we talking about sex, Tasha. So if you out here living like that, you need to get tested. And I think a lot of people are scared to even bring it up in a relationship, but you shouldn't be scared to bring it up with somebody that you're going to share your body with. So,
right.
If you are getting tested regularly, if you have regular partners, if you suspect that your significant other is probably cheating on you, you should probably get tested too.
Definitely.
Relationship for long.
Yeah, I mean, if you just find somebody that you know that's gonna lock it down and ain't gonna do no crazy stuff, you good. Once y'all get tested together, we did.
Right, I was just about to say that. Yeah, I was just about to say that.
And we ain't got no problem. So I mean, it's just actually being open and able to have that conversation with that person. Now, some people might get offended, but that's fine. Protect yourself. So get offended if you want to.
Well, it's nothing to get offended about, though. I feel like if you clean, like it's nothing to get offended about. It's like, sure, I'm glad you asked me that, because that means we on the same page as far as being healthy. And somebody posted something earlier today. I saw it on my news feed. It was like, you never hear dudes saying that they going to the doctor. It was supposed to be funny, but it was like, I ain't never heard a dude say he going to the doctor. And then I thought about it and I was like, I mean, people that I know, people that I've dealt with, they do. But then I thought about it and I was like, wow, a lot of people don't though. A lot of people will not. And that's women too. So, I mean, mean, definitely have that conversation with whoever you talking to. Even, and I know people think it's lame, like, oh, this was a one night stand, I'm not gonna see them again, but it don't matter. Like, your health is at risk every time you expose yourself to that. So definitely have those discussions. They need to make something in Walmart where you can do a quick test real quick before you sleep with somebody. You know, they need to make that up. They do? They have those? Wow. Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
They said one of the colleges.
That's awesome. That's awesome that they have it.
Yeah. Even the doctor's office tell you about it. They're on a point. They'll tell you about it. But
they should definitely. I'm glad they did that. Definitely, I'm glad that they did that because you never know.
It's gonna stop. If you out here running the streets with your thugs and your girls,
right? Exactly.
You know, just make it some foreplay. Like, hey, let me swab your mouth real quick. Let me see what you got.
Right. Let me give you a swab real quick.
Let me swab you real quick.
Let me swab you.
Absolutely.
One night stand. Hold on, we got a comment. One night stand is more of a reason to protect yourself. Absolutely, because if we like, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. I mean, you do what you do. But if you're gonna be like that upfront with it, you might as well have that conversation too. Like, if you're gonna be that upfront, at least when you like taking your time with it, you have time to actually talk about it. But if you like the same day you meet them, same night you go home, and like that needs to be brought up somewhere. That definitely needs to be brought up.
Like, hey, I think it's real sexy when you let me swab your mouth.
That turned me on to swab it real quick. Oh my gosh, that turned me on.
Yeah.
We cutting up, girl. Okay. Anyway.
We done got to test it out the way and how important testing is. Let's talk about the connection that sex releases. Like, I think we had this conversation briefly. We ain't gonna go too in depth into that, but
You said the releases or creates?
Creates releases, like, because you know, soul ties are very real.
Yes, it is.
So I just feel like sometimes I'm always going on record and say, you know, I probably should wait a little longer. But you know, I didn't, so it is what it is. But you know, I feel like you can purge yourself of that soul tie. And I feel like it's kind of important to purge yourself of soul ties, to be ready to accept a new relationship and get into a situation or a relationship with somebody that really cares about you. Because a lot of times, going to college and some of your adulthood, you have meaningless sex. We're just going to be honest about it. It's meaningless. It don't mean a damn thing. I can see you the next day, not speak to you, keep on walking.
If I see you and I don't speak,
that means I'm with you. I mean, like, we all had meaningless.
Oh, you put some input in? You put input in?
Absolutely. I mean, it happens. Meaningless sex. It's here. It's alive and it happens.
I think everybody can agree with that. I'm not gonna say everybody, but a lot of people can agree with that.
And you know, sad.
A lot of people can agree with that.
Folks get confused by not being by not understanding that or being adult enough to inform one another that that's exactly what it is. I mean, that's a problem.
Right.
Yeah, I think you have to be open about saying, like, this is what this is. Like, we ain't going no further than that. And when you don't draw that line, I think people have the potential to get caught up in it and think that they have more or they want more when they blur those lines. Right. So I think if you're gonna live that life, set some boundaries. Like, don't be.
But sometimes I think.
I'd also say set those boundaries.
Sometimes I think that.
Go ahead.
What is this?
No, go ahead. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just adding on to saying that those boundaries need to be made for partners, but also for yourself as well. You need to be awake and you need to be conscious of what you need to be doing for yourself. Not only just setting boundaries for folks that you're going to be laying down or having relations with. You need to mentally be prepared.
Be prepared for what comes along with it.
You need to be aware of what you're
Right.
So, I mean, I don't think are some things that can help break a soul tie or cleanse yourself of that. Because I know a lot of times being in full stage or whatever, you know, some people like to put the vinegar in the tub and snap something back.
But I think like for that, the first thing, and this is to go back to the previous topic. The first thing is we really need to understand what the art and the act of sex is. Like, we got to get a better understanding of that, because we thinking it's just something that make us feel good. Sex is way deeper than that. And I know a lot of people don't like to go into that part of sex, but sex really is a tie. Like, you're making an agreement with that person during that time. So I think that's the first thing. You need to like be aware of what this really is. Second, I think ways that once you have kind of lived that lifestyle and you really didn't know, because a lot of us don't know until we get older. So it makes sure to educate the youth that are under us. But since we already been there, did that, really just forgiving ourselves for not knowing better at the time. That's like the first step, I think. Forgiving yourself and saying, you know what, back then I was wild. I was in college. I didn't know no better. Or even if you wasn't in college and you in your 30s or your 40s or your 50s and you still whatever, I just didn't know any better. I didn't know how powerful this act was. So forgiving yourself, I think, is the first step. And I'm sure y'all can add on to this, but for me, the number one thing is forgiving yourself for it.
I agree. And you know,
Go
go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, I mean, I was going to say that 110% I agree with you. That's exactly what our conversation was about yesterday, about me expressing and explaining or going in depth about the actual act and the connection and the bond that is made when you lay down or when you have relations or you have sex with someone. And then you're wondering why this person ain't doing, that person ain't doing, y'all really not connected because you weren't aware of what you were doing or trying to do or attempting to do. You was just doing it for the hell of it, not being conscious of it.
Right.
But I didn't say forgive yourself. That's what I didn't say yesterday, so I do agree, and I appreciate you adding that in there. That is true. You do have to forgive yourself.
Right.
You have to.
At a young age, you know, I was doing whatever too. So it's just like, for me, but the forgiveness part of it is still constant. Like, you always forgiving yourself for something when something else comes.
Always.
Triggers you.
Definitely.
So you really got to think about, why was I doing that? Like, what prompted me to do that? What made me feel like it was okay to do that? And how can I forgive myself after doing it? Like, how can I go back? You know, some people be talking about born again virgins. You know, although I don't believe in born again virgin. Like, what's gone's gone, baby. So,
It's gone.
It's gone. So
It's gone.
yeah, I think you're just not born again. You're just finding yourself. Like, you're coming into yourself, and you're not allowing yourself to do things that you would normally do out of hurt. Because a lot of times we do stuff out of trying to spite somebody else and not thinking about, like you said, like the power of it and the connection you can have with somebody. And you might be thinking it's love, but all y'all have sex. Like,
Right. Girl.
sex can have you stuck, like, mentally. Like, you know, you're not going to be with that person for the long haul, or that person, the sex with that person kind of blurs what you should be looking at and what you should be paying attention to. It can have you messed up. Like,
Girl.
people that stayed in relationships because they thought the sex was good.
Because of sex. Oh, the sex so good. Ain't no sex that
That's
good
all.
for me. I'm sorry. Ain't no sex that good for me.
No, not to make me fucking crazy. No, I'm sorry. I'd have been somebody before I was with me.
Okay. Hi, our new viewers and everybody. We talking about sex tonight. Y'all come on in. Come on in.
You just gotta be honest with yourself when it comes to sex and people who you're not in a committed relationship with.
Right.
And even people that you are in a committed relationship.
I was about to say, even people that you are,
yeah,
definitely.
Be red flags flying, but you up there getting it in, and you ain't think about the red flags, which are the essence.
Right, girl, the red flags be there like this. The red flags be like this, all in your face, and you be like, no, I don't want to see them. No,
but your legs like this.
I don't want to see them.
So it's just like you really gotta hone in on it and have more just of a sexual relationship with somebody. You gotta have a spiritual connection with them.
Right.
I want some sex that good to make me stay in the bed situation.
I'm gonna see that.
It ain't never gonna be that good. That kitty does. Alright, so let's talk about sexual trauma and sexual assault. Because there's a lot of people out here that think that no means yes, and no does not mean yes. If somebody did not agree to have sex with you, don't go pressuring or pushing yourself on somebody. Because that's trauma.
Right.
They got to deal with years later. And I think a lot of people, they get over it after they do it, but the person who was the victim, they're left to deal with it. And that's bull.
Right, definitely. For that, I mean, so many of us, so many women, men too.
Yeah.
When you start talking about trauma and sexual trauma, a lot of us got stories, and that's the scary part, because the whole Me Too thing, I remember like people had the little hashtag like Me Too, Me Too, Me Too. But seriously, that's how it be though. Like, it be your sisters or your best friends or your homeboys. You get to talking to them and you find out that they done been sexually assaulted or molested by somebody. And it be people in their family, or it be, somebody out on the street and took advantage of them or something. All of it, like a lot of us have a story like that. And I think sometimes when you're in relationships with somebody and that part of your relationship just can't seem to come together, I think a part of that piece coming together is you healing that trauma piece of it. And I'm not a therapist, I'm not a counselor, the only thing I am is a certified life coach, but I know from personal experience.
Yeah.
Okay. I know from personal experience that sexual trauma really can be detrimental to your relationships with people and in your sex life. So, I mean, you don't have to put it on the loudspeaker and, oh my God, this happened to me. You don't have to do that. But if you know that you've dealt with something like that, please seek help. Seek help for real. Talk to somebody about it. Especially if you're in a partnership with somebody, or you trying to get into dating, or you just see that your sex life really ain't like popping like you want it to be. If you dealt with some type of trauma, you got to revisit it and let it come up. So for me, been there, did that. I'm still kind of working through stuff to this day. But I can see where, in my partnership, and not to put our business out, but I can see where that part has kind of gotten better just because I've healed so much. So to anybody that's been through it, please go seek help.
Yeah, and like we said, we got therapists too. Like, I've been through it too, and I've told you. And I felt like I hadn't told a lot of people, but I've told him because we were entering into a new relationship and I needed him to understand me. So I was like, okay, well, this happened. Hey, Yoli. I feel like it's very important if you've been through that type of trauma and you see yourself being with this person for the long haul and they rock out. I feel like you need to disclose that to them because they may think something is wrong with them while you're holding back.
That part. I had to have that discussion with my other half. We had to have that discussion. So I feel you on that, sis. I definitely do. And if anybody want to add, anybody that's watching, if you want to add something in the comments and just tell us if you're in a partnership or if you're single affected you in any way in your relationships and in your sex life? Or have you even noticed or acknowledged it? Or did you even know that there's a link between the two? If you've been through that, just put something in the comments and say, I know what y'all, just let us know. Because like I said, the more I talk to people about it, the more I see that this is like this is like a thing that happens often with people. And it's rare you meet somebody that don't have a story like that. Even if it's I read Tyler Perry's story the other day. Tyler Perry got molested by a woman when he was younger. Then he got molested by like some guys too. And this was when he was at a young age. And he finally, started speaking about it. But it's not just the women. It's not just, adults. It's the children. And we just got to make sure we have these open discussions about how this is affecting us. Because we don't like to talk about it. We don't talk about the molesters in our family. She said, I find that people who have experienced sexual trauma have a warped sense of sexuality. And that's very true. It's very true because your mind always going back to like that first trauma or that trauma that really, really affected you. And they don't know what healthy sexuality looks like. Absolutely not. And like I said, this from experience. This is from experience. So you are absolutely right, Keita.
I agree. And I think
so yes,
sometimes they're scared of it because they don't want to be seen a certain way by somebody. And that's kind of like a trigger for them. Well, and like you said, men have went through it too. And I don't think the men's part is heavily discussed. And I feel like as mentors or as aunts and uncles, as parents, we all need to have that conversation with our children or children who are in our lives about, did somebody touch you? I don't care what they tell you not to say, what they tell you not to tell. Let me know if somebody did anything.
Absolutely.
Because I don't need you going through this pain by yourself and not thinking nobody understands.
That cannot be a question.
Let me know.
Yeah, that cannot be a question that's scared to ask also. Us as adults, we need to understand, it's a touchy subject, but also it needs to be asked. You need to make sure you explain that to children. I've had too many peers and friends, obviously a girlfriend currently, that has dealt with situations like that, and at that child age, probably because adults fear to have that or touch ground on it or get close to asking, did this happen? Or you just being confused and being able to express yourself. It needs to be open to be asked. So honestly, when I find myself around, when it comes to nieces or cousins or godchildren and stuff like that, and if something awkwardly, like it seems off, I ask them, I'm like, are you okay? Are you safe? Stuff like that. Kind of sometimes I feel like afterwards when I ask them, like, yo, did I go overboard? But then again, it's like,
I was gonna say that because people they feel like you meddling, but no, I'm really trying to make sure this person good. I'm trying to make sure he or she is straight.
Yeah, sorry, but it's a question that has to be asked. It needs to happen. You gotta ask that. Man.
Yeah.
Right, and there be so many family members, like awkward ass family members that do stuff to your kids, so you really go around your children. Like you can't trust it. It's sad that you can't trust your own family with your kids, and some of them be a little bit older than your child. So it's just like you've really got to be mindful. You really got to pay attention to the signs. Like has your child?
You gotta pay attention.
Yeah,
you gotta pay attention. You have to. You have to, and I'm speaking as a mom right now. You got to pay attention to that little stuff, and you know when stuff is different. You know when something ain't right. Like when you in tune with your child, you know that stuff. So you gonna have them conversations with them, regardless. You gonna have them with them.
Absolutely. All right, so we devied in on that little subject. Let's talk about the actual loss of virginity. Do you regret it? Do you wish it was somebody else? Do you wish you would have waited a little longer? Sorry, y'all. We got bugs up in here. We in another country.
Yes, and yes. Totally. questions for me. All across the board, yes for me. Yes.
Okay, tell me why.
First of all, and I was very young, y'all. Very, very young. I was 14. And I mean, a lot of people don't know this. I'm exposing myself on Facebook Live right now, and that's fine because I'm okay with that, little girl. Shakita, the question was, do you regret when you lost your virginity? Do you regret the person? Do you wish it was somebody different? And what was the other question?
Do you wish you would have waited?
Do you wish you would have waited? I said yes, yes, and yes. So like I was saying, I was 14. I didn't know nothing about nothing. I didn't have no business having sex with nobody at that young of an age. And I think now that I've done a lot of inner work, I've done counseling, I've really tapped in, and I've, tried to go back to that point and see, like, what was I thinking? What was on my mind during that time? And for me, it was like me channeling, like, my thoughts and my feelings into thinking that sex was going to make me feel better, or just getting attention from a guy would make me feel better about my journey. And so I absolutely regretted the guy that I don't even know what he got going. I don't know where he's at. I don't know what he got going on no more, none of that. And when people tell me they waited until they got out of high school or they was in college, and I just be looking like, oh my gosh, why didn't I do that? So yes, for me, it's a yes for me, sis. I regret it totally.
Yes, across the board.
You regret it too? You regret yours too?
Yeah, I was 17, but
I think a lot of people do. Well, the girls anyway. I don't know about the guys.
That's so sad. I feel like
I don't know if the guys regret it, but I know the girls do. Hi, everybody coming in. Y'all come in. We talking about sex. Did y'all regret losing y'all's virginity? Do y'all regret the person? If I could go back, would you do something different? Answer it in the comments, y'all. I want to know from y'all too. Do y'all regret it? Do y'all regret losing y'all's virginity, when y'all did, and who the person was? Somebody tell me a good story about them, like a Love and Basketball virginity story. Somebody tell me one of those. Jody said yes, she regrets. Huh?
I want Shakita to tell us hers.
Shakita, tell us your story. We need to bring her on.
Waiting for the
She ain't gonna come out with her petty self. She's trying to troll us.
Do we need to bring her on? She said her lips are sealed. She said her lips are sealed.
Yeah.
Girl, we need to know. Well, we can do it off the record. You can tell me off the record because I want to hear a Love and Basketball virginity story. I'm tired of hearing these ratchet virginity stories like mine. She said, don't be calling me out, sis.
What?
You want to talk about yours?
Hell no.
Who wants to come on? Who wants to come on and talk about this? Keisha said yes. Toya said yes. Everybody's saying yes. I want to hear from some guys. I want to hear. Lynn, do you regret yours? Just say yes or no. You don't have to. Yes or no. Do you regret yours? That's all I want to know. Do you regret your first time?
Yeah.
Be honest.
Yeah, sure.
Don't be saying yeah, just like my sister right there. You can be honest.
That's what I'm saying.
He already told me
We had
that.
this conversation.
He told me that.
I was gonna say you answer that.
Does the answer match what he said?
Yes, you did. You sure? I am sure you said that. And
What did he say? What was it?
Whoa, where is it?
when I was that shit wouldn't happen like that.
I didn't say that.
Okay, so it's a no for him too. It's a yes for him too.
No for me, dog.
It's a no for me, dog.
So you don't regret it? You don't regret it?
He don't.
What you mean?
See, guys get the good end of the stick. Guys get the good end of the stick. I ain't never heard no female say that their first time was good.
Yeah, I regret it. I'm with you, sis. Yeah.
Whatever, bye.
People petty.
She sure is petty. Okay, so we're gonna say 100% of people did not enjoy their first time.
95%.
Alright, 95% of people
95.
did not enjoy
Maybe
it.
like 90. We'll say 75. We'll say 75.
I'm gonna help you out. I'll let you say 99.9999.
Oh, that's like a paternity test.
What's up?
Okay. So most people did not enjoy their first time, the person they had their first time with, or how it happened and the age that it happened at. Not mad at that. So let's talk about, Neva, you froze. So let's talk about
Let's go here.
actually the concept of waiting until marriage, because I've heard people say, you know, they waited until marriage and they was like, it was trash. And I was like, so I'm like, okay, so what do y'all think about waiting until marriage? Most of us have already gone past that point. So, so
You ain't have to call everybody out like that. You didn't have to call us. Well, I got kids. So y'all know I went past that point. Everybody know me. They know I went past that point. So I can't even try to redeem myself. Y'all can act like y'all waiting. Y'all ain't got to tell nobody that y'all did it. But I got like the children. So everybody know me and Kendrick done knocked boots. So
you know, you's a whole mama out here.
I can't really talk on that. Shakita want to get on. I'm gonna let Shakita get on.
All right, go ahead, sis.
Oh my God.
All right.
Oh, this about to be super funny,
She
right?
laughing already.
What's up, Jago?
He laughing.
Since y'all trying to, call people out and whatnot, I thought I'd go ahead and share my little 2 cents.
Welcome back.
So I'll just keep it short and simple. I definitely, for a lot of reasons, just trying to seek attention in all the wrong ways. And I'm thankful that I have grown since then. So definitely. This thing about waiting for marriage, that's a no for me, dog. I'm sorry, that just doesn't fit my lifestyle. I think a lot of that is rooted in religion. And I just don't identify with that right now. Neva. I'm just keeping it real. I think we can downplay sex all we want to, but sex is an important part of a relationship. And so, if people are disappointed and we've got married, that's a problem. So I'm sorry, I'm sorry, you gotta test the water first, is how I see it. Motherfucker gotta swim first, that's just how I see it. I gotta be setting up today. Oh boy, yeah, we got some viewers on here that I won't expect them, but hey, but look, I'm just saying what everybody is thinking. Like for real. So kudos to our grandparents and great grandparents that waited before marriage. Good for you, but at the same time, you got married at like 14. So, shit, you know what I'm saying? So, right. So, I don't know. That's not something that I could do. It's just not. So, anywho, that's my 2 cents. I'm gonna go ahead and go back to listening. Peace.
Oh, Neva, come on back. So, y'all, this is our season finale right here. This is how you end the season right here, boy. Look, she done made me forget what the next damn topic was. It got so crazy in here. It got real hot over here. We sweating and stuff. Good Lord.
I'm going out. I'm crying. Okay, we did get a comment that I wanted to address.
Ooh.
The comment said, but if you had a great person, but it wasn't great. Hold on, let me go back to it. If you had a great person, but it wasn't great, so you would leave him. Okay, now we cutting up on him. We joking around or whatever. But honestly, if the person was like, everything else was good, like you done married them already, and the sex ain't all that good, I feel like you can teach them. I think you can teach them. I feel like you can try new stuff with them if they don't know what they doing. You know, you can try to help them out a little bit. So me personally, if I had a great person and like all the way across the board, they was okay, they was great, but just the sex game was kind of off, I think I can still work with that. I'm gonna try to teach you. We gonna do some new stuff. Like we gonna do all kind of stuff to make sure we get to that, you know, a better place with it. But a lot of people wouldn't know. A lot of people wouldn't. So they kind of
They wilding in the comments. Okay.
Yeah, they definitely are. You can't say it.
Big time today, but let's talk about that. Since let's delve into that a little deeper. So let's talk about self-pleasing versus partner pleasing. Some partner.
Woo, child.
She's married. She's a married woman. She's a married woman.
What's up?
Mommy.
What's the question?
Okay, so when it comes to partner pleasing, what are things that make you happy? Write me down, because
Why we acting like we not grown, y'all? Did we forget we grown?
What's the partner pleasing? What makes me happy?
You know, what makes you happy. You know, some people like to give, some people are the receiver. Are you a receiver or are you a giver?
Yeah.
Now keep in
Are
mind.
you a giver or a receiver? That could be the question. That could be the question.
What you mean? Why you always ask? Why you always
Somebody asked now.
I aim to.
Oh, he's so sweet, yeah. So, you know, some partners are givers.
I said that like that because
Yeah! Mama.
Yeah.
My mama over here, y'all.
Oh God.
But, and it's fun. We are all adults.
You answer, sis. You answer. Are you a giver or a
We
receiver?
got to be 30 years old.
My partner.
You answer.
I like both, you know. I'm a both type of person. I like to give and receive. You know, if I can see a smile on his face, or I can hear a certain expression, you know, I know he all right. Yeah. And you know, Mama jumping to sleep. You know, and sometimes
This combo is now rated G.
now, sometimes you have to listen to what your partner likes, and you have to get out of your own box and get into their box.
Get into each other's boxes.
No pun intended.
Ew.
Get into each other's boxes.
Get into their boxes and just play around in there
I mean,
and see what happens. You
so
know,
that you gotta communicate. That's right.
yeah, you tell me, you tell me what you like, and you know, I tell you what I like, and we just see how it goes from there.
Good job.
Experiment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'll give you a break.
Keisha said she's both.
Keisha
Keisha said she's both.
You were laughing.
Ask me the next question. Ask me the next one because I don't want nobody in my inbox. I don't want nobody in my inbox, honey. Ask me the next question.
Okay, let's see.
Huh?
Self-pleasing is the next question.
What's the next question?
Please.
Do I?
How and do you?
Keep it. Oh, you go.
Ask me the next question. It's like, okay. All right. Let's get it. Okay, we grown. I be forgetting I'm 27, y'all. I really be forgetting I'm a grown woman out in these streets. So, the answer to the question is yes, I do. Every now and then, and I might do it while my significant other is right there. Just, as a like, look, man, look what I can do. Look what I can do. So yeah, yes.
That's right there. It's still there, yo. That's still there. I'm just saying. Jesus.
What you got? You got a bullet?
Jesus. Crackers. What?
Yes, one of the little small little things. One of the little small, I forgot where I got it from. It's like that big, yeah. And you can use it like while you're having sex too. You can use it while you're having sex too. If you like stuff like that.
Yeah, bullet.
Ain't she so serious though?
I got a dolphin on me.
Let me sit my back on that lady. Oh.
No. So, what kind of lubricant do y'all use?
Myself, my own self, my own lubricant.
I'm in a long distance relationship, so my shaver.
I know, girl. I know. Y'all be having to crank it up. I know, girl. I know, girl.
You got all types of oils in there, so
that works good too, though. That works good too, though.
Brown, what shape?
Natural juices, yes, Lord. Dolphin, yes, dolphin. So you got the shea butter, right?
Oh my God.
You got almond oil in there, so it's gonna shine it up real nice, and it's gonna lubricate that thing. And it's gonna be.
Your mama said interesting conversation.
Well, somebody got to have these conversations. This is the season finale. Y'all knew it was gonna be off the chain now.
Oh yeah, we going out with a bang, honey. Mom, don't sleep, okay?
I mean, you have to please. Listen, if you don't know how to please yourself, how are you going to tell somebody else how to do it? Huh?
That is so true. That is so true. I think you have to do that. I think you have to do that to get in tune with yourself. You have to do that to get in tune with yourself. Okay, I like this. Oh, I like this. Babe, come try this because I did this and it was good. Come try this. Like, you got to be in tune with yourself. So ain't nothing wrong with that.
And some stuff they try, but you be like, oh, I didn't know I liked it. But I do like it.
Girl, don't get me started. Don't get me started.
Can we do what we did last time? That's how them conversations be going. I remember the time we did that. Yeah, we international put it down.
Remember.
We traveled different countries.
Girl. Y'all can leave y'all imprint on the different countries that y'all go to. Like, you know how dogs mark their territory and stuff? Y'all can have sex in the different countries and, mark your territory.
Okay, so let's do this right here. Now.
Why are you looking over here?
Oh, I'm sorry, my bad. Let me look at the list.
Question for me.
Let me look at the list. So, let's see. Well, we're going to get some honest answers down here in these comments now. We're going to get off of us. We're going to get off of us. We're going to say, imprint, it is sweatpants season. It's great sweatpants season today. Joy for us. That's just like sundress season for y'all. Okay, so what was I about to say? Oh, Lord. Y'all done got it's hot up in here now.
You was about to ask the audience a question. You was going to ask the audience a question.
Oh, yeah. Audience. What is the freakiest thing you've done? Mama, don't you?
Yeah, audience got to answer this. We can't answer this because people will be in our inbox. I can't answer this. I'm not answering it.
Yeah,
we need somebody in the comments.
All these questions.
Yeah, we need somebody in the comments. What's the freakiest thing you ever did? Freakiest thing you ever done?
I need
comments. Let's get it.
Go to sleep, Keith.
Cause me, I'm not saying mine. Natasha, one of y'all, come on, Shakita.
That dog, boy. She done said.
Hey, let you go out the country again. Ooh. We telling all your business while your mama on here, girl. This is scandalous. Oh, this is so scandalous. I love it.
Shakira, don't you long?
Look, Shakira doesn't know. You gotta come back.
What you mean, no comment? I'm not gonna wait until I'm not gonna wait.
Well, one of y'all gotta go. I can't go. I can't go.
Because of
Ain't
like no
nobody gonna
comment.
answer our question. Corey has got to go. Go ahead. Y'all really gonna avoid this question?
Y'all some punks, man. Y'all some punks. I ain't saying mine. Keisha, come on, Keisha. Somebody better tell us. Everybody leaving. Yes, we do. Can you come on? Can you come on live?
I want to know. Teach the world. Teach the
If you want to come on live, let us know. If you want to come on live and share it, let us know.
This is old sex ed right here. This is stuff we ain't getting in middle school right here, baby. This is better than a middle school.
This is the adult version. The adult version.
Yeah, you need to revisit this course. So we're trying to learn today. My mama in here, she learning too.
No, come on.
The world you need to know, Shakira. I agree. The world needs to know.
Well, I won't say, listen, y'all, I won't say like the freakiest thing I've ever done, but I'll say like some of the stuff that I have done. And I'm sure y'all gonna be like, oh, me too. So y'all just waiting on me to say it. The world gotta stay ignorant on this one. The world don't gotta stay ignorant on this one. Okay, so everybody has done the oh, your daddy on here too, girl. I'm not, never mind. Your mama and your daddy on here, girl. You can't talk.
Next question.
I can't.
Y'all just ruined the whole show for us tonight, man. Ain't supposed to be on this one.
We got to get back on after dark. We got to get back on after dark.
Yeah, we're going to have more about something podcast show after when the parents go to sleep. All right, so setting the mood. So, what are some things that set the mood? I'm going to move.
Oh, you want Lynn to talk? Or you want me to talk? Oh, my mom already know. My mom already know how I get down because I got it from her, so she already know. So she know. She be knowing. But she might pop me though. She probably gonna text me. She probably gonna text me and tell me she gonna whip my butt though. But anyway, what sets the mood for me? What sets the mood for me? Like a bubble bath, candles, music, kissing, like the foreplay. Foreplay is really, really important. Foreplay is very important. Unless you're trying to do like a little quick 1-2, 1-2, then the foreplay don't matter. Then you just go right into it because y'all already did the foreplay, just thinking like, dang, I want to do this. But just the typical romantic stuff. Texting, like we'll text. Me and my significant other, we will text and just be talking like we don't know each other. To kind of build up that suspense. Just all kind of stuff on my end. Some wine, of course.
They can do it for you, though.
Hennessy.
Anything ain't possible over here. She said food and air.
Food and air, honey.
Wow.
Food and air.
Wow, cuz.
I agree with the food, though. If he cook a bit dinner, because this one can cook right here. The food does.
Girl.
He bought me an order.
That just turned you on. By itself.
Girl, you be buying me flowers and stuff. For me? Oh.
Yes. Stuff like that. Love notes. Stuff like that. Yes.
Yeah.
Little flirting, a little bit.
Yeah. He let me wash his hair. That's cute.
Oh, that's
So she like to do that. I mean, I ain't asked, but I mean, I appreciate it. I'm grateful.
If he playing the game or something like that, he get a little upset. You gotta calm him down. I like you get the candles and stuff. I like candles. I'm a candle connoisseur. And then if we find music, we're musically connected because we saw the whole damn way to New York. So you know how we
did. All three of us did.
So a good musical song, a good musical number, that'll do. You said a walk.
Yeah, no walk. Or
Yeah.
go to a couple places. Okay.
Go to a walk, you know.
Then we did.
Like,
You asked. There you go.
my mom's still on here, huh? Showing my daddy everything. I said,
I said, whatever you ask, there you go. You ask, there you go.
I'm gonna have to hear about this when I return to the United States.
Oh yeah, you gonna get deboed when you get off of here, girl.
Damn, boy.
You about to get deboed.
Your sister acting. I swear to God, she acted up on these comments. Oh yeah.
Don't be friendly. You like rubbing her fingers through your hair, right? I don't know why they be acting like they don't like that.
Like, I feel like my favorite pastime is buying negligee. So, you know, I buy some negligee. You know, I've been in the gym, y'all. We went to twerk.
Oh, wait, we got a comment. Wait, we got a comment that says you gotta give head while they play the game. Throw men off all 2081, all 2018.
Whoa.
2018.
No, you missed that right there, buddy.
Shamika, hey boo. Girl, you done missed all the juice. You done missed all the tea, girl. You have to go back and watch it.
Y'all cutting up today, honey. You hear me? Cutting over.
Yeah, we cut up bad tonight, y'all.
Yeah.
That's
We
your
love these
family.
people.
Y'all family.
All right, so our final question, because we have made it to an hour of foolishness, is what?
Right.
Y'all answer this question. We got parents and all types of stuff on here right now. But the
We
question
grown. We grown.
on a scale from 1 to 10, I want everybody in the comments to put, what is your freak number? I ain't even putting it.
Ooh, from 1 to 10, what's your freak number?
1 to 10, what's your freak number?
I'm gonna put mine in the comments.
Okay.
You do not.
I gotta put mine in comments too. You're gonna say it out loud.
Oh my God, she's foolish,
What
boy.
am I? You gonna type?
Everybody that's watching, put your number from 1 to 10. 1 to 10 of how freaky you are. Your freak number.
Huh? You said
1 to 10, y'all.
What's your name?
What do you mean?
Oh, Keisha said 12. Somebody said 12, honey. I'm scared of you, boo.
Y'all,
A solid 8. We got a 10.
9.
Oh, we got a.
What?
Earlier. Y'all ain't about that life.
Oh, hold on. Here.
They ain't about to comment on this. I'm gonna let you. 13.
Y'all ain't about that life.
13.
Shakita said her number is a 1. Shakita talking about she a 1. She an angel in these streets. Girl, bye. We finna block you from the live, girl. We about to block you from the live, sis. Bye, girl.
You have been
I
disqualified.
know that's.
You've been disqualified. She telling a bold face and a bald headed lie. All bald.
She a 1 plus a 9. Yeah, 1 plus 9.
But Shamika telling on you. Shamika is telling on you. What is her number, Shamika? Tell us. Tell us her number. I know it.
What's her number? Yes, sis. What's her number?
You want me to type it out? All right, let me get her a number down here.
Hold on.
She gotta get a double digit.
That's Shakita's number right there.
I don't see it yet. What did you put? I don't see it.
I put 20.
Right, exactly.
I don't know why she fronting on us like that. I don't know why.
Cause your mama watching. Cause your mama and my mama watching.
Don't let Francine get on here now.
The feds watching, girl. So we can't expose our true sex lives. We can't do that.
Cause my mama already showed my daddy about the podcast. Guess I'm just gonna keep the rest of it to myself. You heard me. So you know, and again, this is our season finale. We'll be back.
Yes.
We'll be back in March. You know, we gotta take a mental health break. You know.
I like to say, I commend y'all too. A job well done on what y'all done all season long.
Thank you. Thank you too for joining us for the episodes and for supporting my sister and I as we, put this out here. So thank all of y'all. Thank the viewers. Thank you, sis, for asking me to be a part of this with you.
We love everybody that was being with us.
Definitely.
This is the most popping episode, and you know why? Because
it is.
But we had a whole bunch of damn fun. So we really appreciate everybody who joined in, who put their input in.
Yes, we love y'all. We love y'all so much, and thank y'all. Next season, we coming with some fire, so y'all get ready. We already started talking about it, so y'all get ready. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Go to our YouTube channel.
Yep. More About Something podcast on YouTube. You can catch all the old episodes. I'm out of the country, so I didn't have a chance to record this episode.
She living her best life. She ain't going back to forth with these viewers. She living her best life.
So
they say she living her best life.
Just make sure y'all share this one. It's a lot of ratchetry on this one, but just make sure you share it.
Oh yeah, we cut up bad, y'all. So forgive us in advance. God know our hearts. God knows our hearts. So that's all that matters. Okay.
So, thank y'all again.
We love y'all. Thank y'all.
Instagram at mypathpiece1 or _ I am perfectly brown _ and Facebook I am perfectly brown if you want to follow us on that. If you have topics you would like us to discuss, you can email us at more about something podcast@gmail.com and just send in topics if you would like to hear about. Thank you to our musical sponsor, LB. We appreciate you at New Age Analog. And our theme song is called Eye to Eye. Please go on New Age Analog, and that's new spelled with a U, and get you some stuff. If you have anything coming up.
Yes, he's really dope.
Some musical inspiration. Make sure you go to newageanalog.com, and that's new spelled with a U. And we thank you, and we're going to fade out right about now.
Bye, everybody. Good night. Y'all have a good night.
Thank y'all so much for joining us. I can't sing, but I'm going to sing to you today.
Bye, girl.
Bye.
Bye.
Buckle freestyle. We appreciate y'all. And we got